terroristic acts in Turkey and Iraq, wildfire in Canada, and Great Parade in North Korea. More about international events, watching the following story by our journalists. Terroristic act on the east of Turkey. 3 people died, 45 wounded. The car exploded not far from police department of the city of Diyarbakir on 10th of May. Besides police officers, there are pedestrians and visitors of neighbor cafe among victims. Neighbor houses are without windows now. The target of terrorists was armored police car that was driving by on the moment of explosion. It was transferring 7 members of prohibited in Turkey Work Party of Kurdistan. Terrorists of this organization, which demands autonomy, are suspected in attack. On 11th of May, explosion happened in the southern part of Iraq capital. The majority of its citizens are Shiites. That moment, a lot of people were going to work and to market. Exactly near the market, the pickup exploded, police reports. The responsibility for the terroristic act was taken by radical Sunnite organization Islamic State. Terrorists also published a message. The explosion should have eliminated so much Shiites as possible, representatives of other branches of Islam. Attackers called them as heretics. This is how the oil capital of Canada looks like, the city of Fort McMurray. There are burnt cars on the streets, and place where earlier were houses is in flames. There is the results of operation of liquidation on Fort's wildfire. Autonomy admits that rescuers worked as professionals. The business district remains whole, and also power lines were not damaged. The roads also do not need repairing. The renewal of Fort McMurray still has not been started. Some constructions are still smoldering in the city. The fire covered near 200,000 hectares and threatens the other province, Saskatchewan. Firstly, local analytic companies forecasted the spendings will not exceed $7 billion, but now they guess that $120 billion needed. Prime Minister of Canada refused from suggestions of help from line of states, in particular from Russia. He said that yet there is no any need in this. In North Korea, dozens thousands of people took part in action concerning the end of Work Party Congress, first for the last several decades. On 10th of May, people went on the streets with patriotic mottos, flags and pom-poms. Leader of the state, Kim Chen-in, headed the parade. Participation in parades in North Korea is obligatory. On 9th of May, Party Congress has chosen the head of state, Kim Chen-in. Earlier, Kim the Jr. was the first secretary of party. Selection of head of the state was only the moment of 4 days Congress, where journalists from near 30 states were present, but none of them was led to sitting of the party. The Party Congress is 7th one, and it was called for the first time for the last 36 years. It also confirmed the nuclear status of the state. On 11th of May, the line of protests against changes in labor legislation happened in the biggest cities of France. In Paris, people organized the strikes under the building of Parliament. In the morning, there was a considering of reform project. Protesters brought the tables with signs "Democracy, where are you?" with flags of opposition French parties. The action had started in Paris, Nantes, Lille. People had started to protest after the decision of Cabinet of Ministers to pass the reform project to the Parliament. Confrontations continued whole night. On the point of view of protesters, the adoption of new labor legislation will make workers not protected from employers' outrage. First protest action against the reform happened on the beginning of March.